with toothpicks in, you look like deserters from like
It's a
the
fat joke. He's called us fat.
No. From like the Gulf, not the Gulf.
You look
Vietnam.
like
Vietnam.
You look like
Vietnam
you look
deserters.
like I'll have a wee looker. Do you know, like when you go to a restaurant and you get said you want dessert, you will have a wee look.
You actually both do suit toothpicks. Like I'm not gonna lie. And smoking, like we're talking about smoking. You both do.
I don't know. People have said I don't.
Yeah, same here.
That's not going to work for the rest of the pod, if I'm honest. I look like if I was smoking cigarettes, it would need to be in like the long holder. You know, the
You'd,
big.
you'd have a cigarette in a wee, like not even a cigarette holder, like there'd be you'd on the end of a needle.
Yes. With a white glove?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you smoke your first cigarette?
When I was 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Most people start way. I smoked before that.
I only started when the smoking ban came in. Because it was, when the smoking ban came in, everybody went outside, there was more crack, and it was a better way to meet women at uni.
Yeah, and when do you
Don't
smoke
hit the
first?
player, hit the game.
What do you do?
38.
Why did you act like you have loads of money on Mickey not being that age?
I know.
And you're about to
No,
really
because
get a date?
No, it upsets me whenever I hear people saying things like I was 19 in 2007.
No,
How
you
old
wouldn't
are
have been 19.
43.
So you would have been
43.
22 in 2007.
22 stone.
When did you smoke first?
Probably when I was about 15 or 16.
See, I remember having wee cheeky draws at like 12, 13.
Give me your last straws.
But I felt class when I did it, like. But I would only take one or two, and then I'd have to go away and take my inhaler.
Aye.
Would you have wee faint? Oh.
I did, so I'd be the sort of guy, I don't know that I would get confused between alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes. So I'd take a puff of a cigarette and be like, I'm stoned, you know, and be like, thanks, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Lianne didn't actually want one, but we can leave it there as a prop.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Can I say something? I like your outfit. Really suits you. I know you don't like compliments. Weird about all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That colour really suits you.
I wore a similar blue shirt that was like buttoned up at a gig in the bank a while back, and Adam Byrne told me I looked like Phil Taylor.
The darts player?
Alan Burns a cheeky
Yes.
cunt.
Yeah.
He looks like Joe Exotic. That fucking mullet. I know. Shut the fuck up.
I know.
You hear it on him?
I was like, I'm angry, but that's fucking hilarious.
That really is
Do
a
darts
burn.
players not have the best lives? Pints and darts, like I don't even like darts, but it just looks like
You're not mad about pints either.
even the yeah, it's true. But even like,
You just like staring at wee red dots.
but even if you get injured,
So this toothpick's looking me dead sassy.
even if you get injured as a darts player, you still play. Like
You know, there's a thing called dartitis,
no,
where they literally, right? I did
Health
a
and safety course.
yeah, I did a behind the scenes photo shoot for a guy who did a documentary for BBC
right?
about the Nearly Darts League, and it's the second biggest darts league in Europe. I understand.
Really?
Right.
Not in Europe
Yeah,
anymore.
and I
Brexit means Brexit.
so I ended
That
up.
toothpick's really changed you.
It's changing me as well. The slack-jawed yokel, imagine. But anyway, yeah. So there was a guy there who had been suffering from dartitis, where it's like you have it, but you're like, it won't leave your hand.
I think that's called wanker's cramp traditionally.
Well, apparently it's a real thing.
So
Sounds fake.
It
but
just gets in your head, like.
you just but it's like it can ruin your career.
Like PTSD, post-traumatic stress starts.
Yeah.
Do you play darts?
Nah.
Never throw a few.
I've a dartboard with my man dancers. I was decent. Actually, funny enough,
Here we go.
I loved darts when I was a kid.
I'm like, you ever played darts? Nah, I was decent. I was PDC world champion.
No, when I was
I know it's PDC or whatever. I mumbled that
No, it's
because I wanted to
PTSD.
sound like I got it.
PTSD, yeah, PWC.
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 But I loved darts when I was a kid. So when Bullseye was on TV,
Weird
right?
kid hobby.
But there's a photo of me somewhere where my auntie is holding a dartboard and I'm like 3 throwing darts at it, like while she's holding it,
Right.
and she was like,
Sounds
yeah,
irresponsible as fuck.
irresponsible as fuck. But I remember my dad being like, "You never miss, like you always hit her."
Sippers, this episode of the Tea With Me podcast is sponsored by none other than that prize guy, TPG, aka TPG. That prize guy is Ireland's #1 prize site. What this guy is doing is, quite frankly, unbelievable. Giving away millions of pounds. I mean, quite literally millions of pounds. Dan, how much 100 prizes equal over 100 million?
I'd say it's over 130 million at this point, maybe 135 million he's given away.
Which is absolutely nuts. changing the lives of everyday people, winning massive sums of money. Sometimes they'll do a competition for a supercar, or if you don't want that, you can take the cash, or a house, and if you don't want it, you can take the cash. Unbelievable. And Northern Ireland being such a small place, everyone kind of knows someone who knows someone who's won big on That Prize Guy. You can go on thatprizeguy.co.uk to see all the draws he has going at the minute. It's not just the big massive stuff. Sometimes it's small prizes, and I say small, it'll be like 10 grand.
10 grand for how much to enter?
50 quid.
10p.
You're saying if I buy a 10p ticket, I have a chance of winning 10 grand?
Yeah.
That's a million times more. That's 100,000 times more greater than the price. The entry, you could 1,000,000 times plus your money.
1,000,000 to 1. 1 to 1,000,000.
If you're not in it, chicken dinner. Thatprizeguy.co.uk. The link for that is in the description. Go check out, see what they have everything going. We're also doing a massive, gigantic football match with That Prize Guy day after the live podcast at Seaview. Tea with Me FC versus Premier League legends. We'll put the link for that in the description as well. We need to point in the direction of our Patreon as well. Patreon.com/Tea with Me. Everything is on there. We just filmed the Boozy Bake Off, which we talk about in this episode. What we can release is only going to be on Patreon. It's going to take Fosty 7.5 years to do this edit. It's going to take longer than all the Lord of the Rings films to do this edit, but he's going to get working on that soon, and that'll be up there as a Patreon exclusive. And I don't think we'll ever be able to be released public.
No.
Just never. You'll see clips, but it'll never go public as a full thing. Patreon.com/Tea with Me podcast. Back to the app. What kind of put me off darts is my granddad died one night, right? And
From a fucking dart to
One
the
not
night?
skull.
darts related. He died, right?
Right.
And then I went down to my cousin's house, just like sociable reasons, like not the granddad on that side. You get me? So I went down to my cousin's house. Cousin we ran into earlier down High Street. So I just called in and they were playing darts, and I just stood off the side and I was like, pretty sad about my granddad dying. And then one of the darts they threw bounced off the board and went through my foot, and then I was crying. I was just extra sad because
That's much worse than
the
dying.
dart was in my foot and my granddad died. So I was really crying. Like,
I had a similar experience where it was a woman we knew who actually she took her, what do you call it, took the holy orders. Like, she was a child of Jesus,
Right?
and she died the day before her 81st birthday. And I went down to my cousin's house, distraught.
right.
And one of them,
How did you know her?
just about the town, and
Just none around town.
yeah,
What was her name?
Sister Mariosa, and
Sister Mariosa.
yeah, she was Spanish, and day before her 81st birthday, and one of the lads made a very inappropriate joke. He had 3 triple 20s in a row and shouted one undead and 80, and I was like, lad, that's not funny.
That's niche.
I was like, that's not funny at all, I said. Even the bullseye cried that day.
Sister Mariosa sounds like a budget cleaning brand
Yeah.
in B&M.
It sounds like Whoopi Goldberg's character in Sister Act.
Bullseye was a show I never watched and have no regard
Oh,
for.
you haven't lived.
What?
You haven't lived.
No
Bullseye was
regard.
amazing.
Oh, it's terrific.
What did you call the man that hosted it? We just
Jim
slagged
Bowen.
people off. Jim Bowen,
Jim
yeah.
Bowen.
Jim Bowen.
Well, you two fat bastards are playing darts. Eh? Like,
Like, you could have said that
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
dropping N-words left, right, and centre.
Tony. Remember Tony?
You see the
the
darts
ref?
pro?
Well, he just told people what the scores were.
Right.
In one.
That is one reason I can never play darts.
I can't.
The maths.
Yeah, I can't count backwards.
That's mental.
Yeah.
That's mental. Bull-
Yeah, I've tried to play darts all the time in a pub with people who love playing darts in a pub.
Yeah.
And their mental arithmetic is insane. And I'm like, you've had 8 pints.
Where
and
do you
still-
stand
Yeah.
on pub games?
Usually behind the white line.
I'm a pool player, like,
Aye.
Mike,
of course. Standard.
you and white lines and pubs?
Mate.
Don't even start, mate, huh?
Stand behind it until it disappears. I mean, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about these bars where you go that might have pool tables, maybe arcade bars, arcade machines, you know, that.
Funny
Board
story.
games. Where do you like that, or do you
I
go-
once took an ecstasy and came up on a dance mat. Fucking best night of my life.
What do you mean?
An actual dance mat.
Yeah, like there's a place in Manchester that has like a arcade that says open to like 3
Yeah.
in the morning, And it's for drunk people and people on drugs to go and just play like
Just burn it
Nintendo
off,
64. Yeah.
All right, okay.
And I took an ecstasy and then was on a dance mat. It kicked in. I was like, this is fucking. Although the weird thing is, the dance mat doesn't pick up your hands. So I didn't get a great score.
Kicked your auntie to hold one up.
She's dead now.
All right.
She was a nun.
Class. No dancing there.
I wouldn't like to be like not like a nun, but what's the opposite? Or not the
Of a
opposite.
nun?
Well, like a male nun. Priest.
Priest, you
Yeah.
fucking.
I wouldn't.
The opposite of a nun is a sum. Huh?
But they.
I don't know which one I used to do.
But like you couldn't like anything.
Have
that
we
much,
started,
like,
by the way?
Yeah, ages ago.
I was wondering.
You couldn't like anything that much, like.
Like, religion.
Yeah, but just literally devote
It's
your whole life to it.
for nuns, though, it's a habit, isn't it?
What would you have been if you weren't a stand-up?
I'm not a stand-up, for
I know,
a start.
but like,
I wanted to
I
be...
know. Fuck you, she is.
I
You're
want-
one of us. Welcome. Welcome to the mental health group.
Thank you very much.
So it's funny.
I wanted to be a police officer whenever I was a youngster.
I think you'd be a good cop.
You'd be a great cop.
I'd be very inconspicuous.
You look like the sort of cop you're always just about to go to Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You look at the type of cop that's...
Yeah.
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 Like the chief is always like, McCooey, get in here.
McCooey is the rule book. Read it. Yeah.
You went through an entire girls' school. You're like,
like Jimmy Savile.
No.
What the fuck?
Not like Jimmy Savile. Like a lesbian.
Class. The gay jokes started. I look ridiculously good in a Hawaiian shirt. I would not.
Do you know, I think everybody looks class in a police uniform. I don't, maybe it's just me, but every PSNI officer I see,
Yes, absolutely.
you go, is that a real cop or is the stripper just taking us real seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gillian Anderson.
I like the idea
Forget
of
about
like doing heroic things when you're a cop, but then there's the side to it you wouldn't like dead bodies and all. Wouldn't like
Dead
that.
bodies and all.
But I'd like to do something cool, like, hey, get back here, stop that.
Yeah.
You know, like all that.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. You know.
Yeah.
Don't you
tell,
dare what?
tell the lollipop man he's out of his jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing, you're never going to get to do anything cool
Yeah.
around here. I actually wanted to be Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Beverly
I
Hills
wanted to be
Cop.
Axel, yeah.
Black and Ops weird though.
Very weird for a
Yeah.
ginger person.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to be.
There's
You
black
know.
ginger people.
Show me one.
Well, there's there's a place where people have non-white skin but ginger hair. Bangladesh. Bangladeshis have ginger hair.
Or
some of them.
West Belfast. Fake town.
Fair.
There's people in Bangladesh have ginger hair.
How do you know this? Like,
Can you look it up? I just don't even put
Asking
it
a
on.
ginger man to look up, that's...
Dan will know them.
Do you get bullied as well?
Can I say I've got to give you a massive thank you. You recommended a chippy to me in Warren Point. It was 10 out of 10.
to be fair, you already had the recommendation because I know you put it into the group chat because Darren told me. But anyway, how was it?
It
10 out of
was
10, he just fucking told you.
Did I? I wasn't.
It was
Be a
excellent.
shag cop.
Absolutely.
No information.
Yeah.
What'd you say there?
Yeah.
Who'd you kill?
Say it to my face.
You just give away your source too.
Grand.
But yes, I put it in the group and then I went, you know what, I can't wait on the answer.
I'll
And I
ask
need
the
to speak
fattest
to-
person I know from Newry, where's a good place to get a fucking chip? Thanks, Shane.
Don't you ever say
you're
that again.
real
Thanks,
coming across-
Shane.
Don't you ever
Coming
say
across
that
a
again.
real
You
cunt, this
piece-
one.
But the
You
recommendation
piece of
was
shit.
Yeah, you
recommendation
piece
was
of
on
shit.
board.
You piece of
You
shit.
motherfucker, you.
You motherfucker.
You fucking motherfucker.
McCooey and Bartlett,
No, that'll be a cop show.
always on a
Oh.
stakeout.
Yeah.
Always on a
Pure
stakeout.
lethal weapon.
Always on a
I
stakeout.
ain't getting too out of this, hey.
Him drinking and me just fucking eating shit.
Yeah,
You know, like Brad Pitt eats in every scene of Ocean's 11.
I thought you didn't. I
Most
thought you
of his
didn't do
movies,
it.
he's got it.
Yeah,
He
he's-
actually has it in the
he's
contract
eating-
because
he's
he's got a
eating
lovely jaw and he's eating. It's like Tom Cruise running.
Yeah,
Right?
I have a lot of free time, so I know a lot of
Clearly.
weird movie facts. You know.
Nick loves movies.
How was the chippy? Apart from a 10 out of 10. Tell me
Here's
more.
why it was so good. The queue was halfway up the street. I went, oh no.
You love queuing. Oh, sorry. I thought that you meant that added to your experience.
No,
Oh,
I was willing to queue, but then I realised the queue was for the ice cream. So the feeling of walking past it straight up to the chippy bit, because they're both in the one thing here, unbelievable.
Your self-worth's in the toilet.
Why?
You're Shane Todd, you don't need to queue.
The feeling of walking past the queue.
You're right.
Just because there's people getting ice cream.
Yeah, but I just felt like I was gonna have to queue, and then when I realised I wasn't, and I was getting the chips straight away, that was a great feeling.
Okay.
But they were lovely, and we sat at the wee harbour bit. Warren Point's really nice.
Most
Like.
lovely
is.
part of the world.
But then
Lovely part of the
sometimes I go, our place is just nice because it's really sunny. Is everywhere nice because it's sunny?
Nah, Warren Point's nice.
It is nice.
We're burned out.
Sorry, you're choking my prick there. Warren Point's lovely, I think, all year round.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice, but they know it.
Aye.
Warren Point people know it.
They're up themselves, like.
Yeah, they're
Aye.
like, here we are on the Riviera.
Aye. And the point.
I have a weird question that I'll need to fill you in on. What did you do with your dildo?
It's still there.
We did a bake-off last week. Micky brought...
Oh, that dildo?
Yes.
As opposed to all the other. All right. He did he. Holy fuck.
Mick bought...
I give it back to the tramp. Shouldn't call her a tramp. She's my mother.
And she's grieving for the loss of her sister.
Yeah, she isn't it? She wanted to bury that dildo too, but that's all she left us.
Bury it where? Who's is
In the box with her.
Is your
Mick brought a dildo. But he went and bought it
I
that
purchased the
morning.
dildo.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can't
Where?
believe you would do that. Like, go in and buy
Tell
it.
you what's even worse, I'm clearing it back off my taxes. Bought it at the business card.
No, you didn't.
Fucking rented it.
Where did you buy it?
Dildo shop.
Your accountant's like, but the gimp mask and the...
Oh, well, yeah, that's not for work.
Yeah, he went into a sex shop in Belfast and bought it by
Get away.
himself. Did you go in and say what it was for?
No, he didn't ask. I don't think they have.
I think that's why I'd be awkward.
What's
I go in and
happening?
go, oh, here,
Yeah.
I'm doing this, even, and they're not interested. And it would look like you're lying.
99% of people are, if you go, what's that for? They go, I'm going to put it up, ma.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not
To be
just-
inside.
Yeah, if I'd
Yeah.
have said to him, I'm going to put it in the middle of a cheesecake for a video, that would sound weird to him.
And it would sound like a lie.
He'd go,
Would it
that's,
though?
you know, he'd go, you're a pervert.
Yeah,
Putting
yeah,
a dildo
yeah.
on a cheesecake. Stick it up your hole like a normal person.
See, when you walk in, are the dildos there?
Right on the right hand wall of dildos.
And are they boxed, or are they? Do they have some of them like sticking out?
Yeah,
No,
so you
they're
can
boxed.
touch.
Right, okay.
Now, I think you can go into the back. I remember me and Geddes being in the same
I
shop
think
at
that's the
one point.
idea.
But we went into and they had it's a couple of years ago we bought another dildo and we went into the behind the curtain bit and they had like the bottom half of a torso, so just a dude and bum and legs in fishnet tights, like bent over a chair, and Geddes was like, we were two grown men the size of us. Geddes was like, poke that bum, and I'm like, no, and then I poked it and
Was that a product to buy or to
That
try
was-
the dildos?
it was just I think it was just to go, this is the life, like bottom half of a torso if you want to take it home with you. And I touched it and went, teach that thing to cook, and fucking send it to my house. I'm just a really bad cook, you see. And any help,
A really good
any
fucking
help I can get.
misogynist as well. Clearly.
I'll never give you a massage.
Just sure all you'd be massaging is my bum, my doot and my feet.
Leanne, you would love nothing more than a massage from Micky right now. As someone who hates physical contact.
I tried to give
Yeah,
her
that's true.
I tried to give her a hello hug once, and she was like, get the way the fuck off me, you cunt you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I know, I have a slight...
we'll stick with a massage.
I have a slight man crush on him. I reveal...
Because I've got tits in it.
No, it's
Tell the truth.
fair. Maybe that's what it is.
So will you allow
Cheap
the
colour
odd
look.
man crush?
Yeah.
Give me a few names, any like celebrities or actors or in the past who's been up there.
Up where? not so lucky. Well, there's your obvious ones. There's Beckham, for a start.
Yeah, Beckham,
absolutely
me, obviously.
would. No,
But
Mick.
Beckham now?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely,
Jack
no.
Grealish. Now, there's a bum and a doot and legs that you would take home.
Do you know who I've got a real fucking crush on at the minute? Benson Boone.
He's a cunt.
See when he somersaulted off that piano?
He's got two.
Things
See the
happened to me.
backflip? See a backflip?
No.
That annoys me.
Annoys
I
me
don't know
too.
what it was. All of a sudden I was like, fucking stay. Fucking right.
Nah.
Nah, too much faffing about there.
Oh, I'd really fucking...
Barack Obama.
No.
No,
I'd
me
say he
neither.
smells figs.
Yeah?
He looks like he smells of figs.
He smokes.
Does he?
Yeah.
Really?
Awful hard for him to get off the figs, Michelle was telling me.
Right?
Um,
Maybe you should give him a toothpick.
Aye.
A Barack Obama
He'd
toothpick.
probably kill Syrians with the bastard.
take him ages.
Just perforate them.
Do you have a slight crush on him?
sometimes some people are attraction is not rational,
Oh,
right?
In this case, definitely not.
No, but you know what I mean.
Do I like
If
a
you-
man with a forehead like Grand Canyon? Oh, that's nothing.
If you've got wires in your trousers for somebody, you can't rationalise it.
right.
So if it's maybe I just haven't met the right man yet.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying is
Well,
I
Mike-
potentially turned you?
No, but maybe it was.
I turned many a woman.
Maybe it was never. I was never turned. Or maybe I was never for turning. Maybe I'm just one of these fucking fluid fucking things
Yeah.
that's going on now. Poly. What is it they call it? Demisexual. I think that's a word.
No, Demi Moore.
She is sexual.
Yeah.
What's that movie?
I heard
Yeah,
one
one arm press ups.
G.I. Jane.
One
She
arm
a
press.
Ted-
Hobosexual is one.
Hobosexual.
Yeah, it's where you just
Guy
go with
sits
somebody
outside.
for somewhere to live.
Okay.
Sippers, this episode of the Tea With Me podcast is sponsored by none other than our friends at manscaped.co.uk, the number one in men's below the belt grooming. It's getting hot at the minute. Okay, you know what that means? Perspiration, aka sweat. You're going to be in the garden a lot more. You're going to have your shirt off. You're going to have your it's short season as well. And you know that once you get past that, what age are we now, boys? We're in the mid-30s. Once you get to this age, when you're wearing shorts, even if they're long, you can be guaranteed at some point in these next couple of weeks a ball's coming out. Even whether you mean it or not. A male basic instinct. I could be doing one. That's why I've got my legs crossed. If I didn't do this, the balls would be out. Like, and what you need to ensure is that if people do, of course, by accident, see your balls or whatever, that it's looking good. Any region of your body. If you want to make it look good, go to manscaped.co.uk. Use the code TWITHME for 20% off and free shipping. They have any number of products for male grooming to make you look exceptional going into the summer. Let's get back to this app. There's definitely some guys I can look at and definitely appreciate.
I fancy more fellas than I do women. The only thing stopping me from being full blown gay is I'd be worried if you had a bigger willy, I'd be jealous.
If you saw one, you
If I was like going with a film, like, this is going really well, and then we got home for a first night together, and he whipped out a big dong.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you want to take that home, yeah?
he started nickname all cutesy nicknames and he's calling you
Yeah.
pin dick.
Yeah,
You'd hate it.
yeah.
Yeah, I look, for me it's like, not footballers, but there's some like actors I go, great looking guy.
Jack Nicholson in The Departed turns me on a wee bit.
No.
Nah.
Specifically The Departed.
Nah.
No.
Don't know what it is.
Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in America.
Brad Pitt and Troy.
Brad Pitt in 7.
Brad Pitt
Yeah.
in Me.
Never seen it.
You will. I get my way.
But yeah, I'm just
I
curious
know,
about
move that dildo to the road, Brad, and tear on.
I'm just curious about sex shops and wondering like, are the because surely you want to touch it before you buy it, or do you think you just have one you like, you know, so you go in and just get a new one every time?
I think you've got a fair idea before
Aye.
you go in what you're looking for.
Yeah,
You probably know like how deep your arsehole is.
Yeah, let's take that so.
It's the Bee Gees originally. Actually. That's why
that's
the
why they're so
song's
high.
so high.
And when
keep
you
going, take it
rise
out,
in the
take it
morning bum, when you rise in the morning bum got lost there.
Did ya?
Did I?
Yeah, are these shops? Are people docking in trying to not be seen, or are people just down there?
I don't know.
I'd be awkward about it.
I went in with the full confidence that it was for a cake. I can't imagine if I was going in buying it for the actual,
Yeah.
The act of mating.
the act. You know what I mean? I'd be weirded out. I imagine those shops are probably hard to stay because you can order that much online these days. Do you know what I mean?
See, there was a sex shop in Newry at a stage. Oh, why?
Was there?
That's what it's
It
called.
was. Oh, it was called. It was called Nice to Be Naughty. Don't know why I sniffed.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
neither, but sure, it fucking starts
Yeah.
down a rabbit hole.
Nice. And by the way, nice 2, number 2.
Oh, 100%.
Nice 2B, just one B as well.
And I think it was a Kappa logo. It was on the window.
But they're facing each other.
I
Or
can't
top each other?
remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But the guy that used to work on it, I used to like see him. I still see him about Newry or whatever.
Sorry, on the main street.
On one of
Tucked
the
away.
one of the lesser known streets.
Right.
And it was like after COVID or whatever, and I was like, well, what's crack?
Lesby Avenue.
Why?
It was
I
alright.
don't know.
And I was like, what's happening? How's it going? I said, you still in the sex shop? And he's like, no, it's closed now. He says, but I still sell poppers from the house.
It's Newry too, so you know that's laundered poppers.
Yeah.
It's red poppers.
Red poppers.
You have to dip the asshole. Check.
HMRC coming up to dip it.
No.
Take it away.
Cops pulling you over.
I love that selling
That red poppers you're one?
selling poppers from the house. Yeah, it's it's having the confidence to walk into it. Like in Dublin, there's a centre you can sit in and have a coffee, and there's a sex shop underneath it. But if you're sitting having a coffee at the window of it, right beside the Olympia Theatre, you just watch all the people walking in, and no one gives a fuck. Like they just like that.
They walk in and vibrate out.
Old guys too, like.
See, that was when me and Geddes went into the one to buy a dildo for a previous video that I was talking about before. There was guys in there.
You're not in court.
No, they were still buying like porn mags in the wee brown paper bags.
No.
And I remember being like, porn's on the internet for nothing, like. And
But maybe they like the tactile.
they might just be collecting them. So
Aye.
they might be going, this is the first issue of Big Busty.
Babes.
Yeah, babes.
Right.
It could be that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Big
mean?
bubblies.
Like like match attacks, but for
Yeah, but
perverts.
for perverts. Take them home and laminate them.
Yeah. By yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could walk in somewhere like that. I don't think. If it was for something like a show or something, it'd be funny.
What if there was a queue outside it?
Oh no.
There was
I
3
would
taxi
skip it.
drivers outside it when I went in, like, and it felt like they just stood there to intimidate people and they were going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions about my dildo?
I don't think so. But your auntie,
Yes.
I wanted to check. Where was she a nun?
I made that up, man.
I know. I know.
Is this Sister Fabulosa?
Yeah.
What was she called again?
Sister Dara Lee. My mum-
Yeah, and where have you been gigging recently? You're gigging with us on Sunday.
That's correct, which I totally forgot about. I was in Mandela on...
Nelson.
How is he?
Yeah, he's alright. He's okay.
Keep up the great work.
Are you proud of that?
No.
Do you know who Nelson Mandela is?
Fucking Nelson from The Simpsons.
Aye, that was Michael D. Higgins you just did there. How's it going there, Nelson Mandela?
Hold on, let me try again. I want to welcome you all to Dublin. Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, fair enough.
Who, Paul McGrath's dad. Remember that? No.
No, don't
All
mind.
right, class. That's because these are all young and I'm not. Yeah, so I was in Mandela Hall with Teresa, supporting Teresa last Saturday night. Saturday
Mandela
before.
Hall's brilliant.
Class.
I was fully shiting myself, like, fully. Because it was like Men in Black when you were going up, because fucking, there was like elevators with fucking beep, beep, key cards and all, and somebody come down to meet me and
That's
everything. I was
by the
like,
way, that's such a Newry thing. To be like, oh Jesus,
They've
guys.
left us in that place.
Automatic doors. Doors open by magic, boy. No one touch it.
Get him.
He's boys. Yeah, no,
Get
don't. Please don't.
Get him, partner.
Yeah, you both always go tell the other person to get him.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one gets him.
put manners on that guy.
Mandela's brilliant.
Yeah, it was great. Teresa's fantastic. Like,
Trace Dickinson's amazing.
Did you ever
Amazing.
go watch comedy there when it was the old Mandela? Like, you ever go to Queen's Comedy Club back in the day?
no, the only thing I ever went to Mandela for was to see Chic in 2012, and it was fantastic.
How good was the old Mandela Hall with a balcony? Queen's Comedy Club, like back in the day.
It was class.
The lineups were unbelievable. It was the best club, I think, in Belfast.
Yeah,
by
we
far.
could never get on.
No.
Until all those fuckers retired and it was like, oh no.
You literally just went to watch, and it was unbelievable.
So who we're talking about then? If you
I saw
don't-
Kevin Bridges there
Yeah.
before, like he was that well known at all. Tom Stade was always like the
Tom
highlight.
Stade's still there. I opened for Tom in February there. He's just I think he's one of my favourite comedians.
Yeah,
He put a clip up last week. He was talking to the guy in the face, he's like, what do you do, man? And the guy's like, he said he's retired. He goes, do you hear that? He's retarded.
Do you
like, you can see Tom Stade on stage being like, that was funny as fucking nobody heard it.
do you watch a load of stand up since you started stand up? Have you watched? A lot of people watch less once they start.
No, but I think I need to start doing that more. Yeah, to sort of work out a bit of, I don't know, craft or something. I don't know.
But you're, and not to blow too much smoke up your hole, you are one of the most naturally funny people
I think you
that
already
I've
have
ever met
defined-
doing stand up. Like,
People spend so long trying to find like like their voice or who they are on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. I think you end up, you
You
spend
have it.
years trying to like do
You
it.
got it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people spend years trying to fit in the parameters of what a stand-up is.
Yes.
And then once you figure that out, you go back to being as funny as you were before you started.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So don't listen to nobody. Just you keep being you. I had to follow her one night in Enniskillen. It was the hardest gig I've ever done in my life.
See, I believe that to be bollocks.
No, it's true.
Nah.
Now, don't get me wrong. About a week later, I was opening for you in Newry, and I went fucking hell for that. Like, take that, you
Good.
bitchy. Do you remember that night? And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in 17 years of stand-up. Right?
I know what you're gonna
I've
say.
maybe told it before. So we were doing a gig in Newry, and a guy came in, and McCooey was like, fuck, I took him to the formal. Oh, fuck, he's here with his wife. Oh, fuck. So she,
Oh fuck! Oh,
you
fuck.
were
It was
you
like-
were all like, it's awkward. Oh, fuck.
No, because I
And
knew
then-
he was going to rip me out. Don't.
Night of the formal or
Don't.
So she's up on stage, and just because obviously you were worried that he was going to say something, so you went, by the way, I took him to the formal, and the whole crowd cheered, and then he went, I'm much better at finger now, Lianne. But then his wife went, no, he's not. It was fucking brilliant.
It was good night.
The
Yeah,
phrase
next
you
day
took
too.
him to the formal's funny. Like I can imagine you just going up to someone in the playground and being like, "We're going to
In the
formal."
playground.
Yeah.
The fuck sort of mental school did you go to?
One that had a playground. Oh, here he is, Che Guevara. Talk me through your school,
Yeah,
man.
that was fuck. I was like,
Wild in the jungle.
I was like downtown Gaza, mate.
Yeah, Paul.
Just fucking our play. We didn't really have playgrounds. We just had bits of tarmac you could kick a football about
Yeah.
or go for a smoke.
Is this in like
Craigavon.
secondary school days?
Yeah, secondary school.
Yeah. Well, I had an all-weather pitch and a camogie pitch and fucking tennis court and a load of stuff.
So camogie
None of which
is
I
like
used.
golf, but we played. Tennis court.
Yeah, there was tennis
We had a
courts.
handball alley.
We didn't. I
Which-
went to an all-girls school.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it really was a handball. I think what happened was an old bit of the school fell down, and they went, "That's a handball alley."
Yeah.
Have you ever been asked to go back to your school
Loads of times. I've gone back a few times.
to do what? Yeah.
Reset with GCSEs. No, I've went back a couple of times and like I've done stand up twice for the school's anniversary. And then
Secondary is this?
Yeah. And then I think I went back one time and gave like a talk to lower upper sixth like drama students where I essentially just went, don't do it, get a real job.
Would you go back and say you were asked, would you give a talk at your old school or go back?
Yeah, I would. They haven't asked me though.
Did you like your school experience?
I loved school. Loved it.
I
Loved
enjoyed it.
it.
I liked it as well.
I hate it.
Loved every second of it.
I liked it after GCSEs. Once I stopped having to do maths, I was like school's class.
I left at that point.
I didn't do a great deal. I just knocked about, had the crack.
I think my issue was I was like one of the youngest in my year. I think if I had just been allowed to just chill and rejoin the next year, it'd have been easier. I think I was like, because there's people like nearly a year older than you in your year, and I struggle like academically. I know you find it hard to believe, but I couldn't concentrate.
So what was your strongest subject then?
English. I wrote in my English GCSE. I wrote an essay about my biology teacher in the school saving people in like a Baywatch kind of situation, and I remember laughing as I was writing.
Pervious thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So weird.
And he was
Was
like
it
in his
a male or-
mid-60s.
I thought he was going to say I wrote a manifesto.
Male, like in his 60s. I loved English. I loved anything creative, but like math, science. I remember saying to a physics teacher in like second or third year, I was like, "Sir, I'll not be able to learn any of this, but I'll not cause any disruption." So I was like, "You just leave me alone." Like having, and he was sound about it. Mr. Miller, he's like, "That's fine."
The absolute confidence of saying that
I know,
to a
that's-
teacher. Like,
But I didn't say it in front of everyone. It was just literally like,
you just pulled him aside, did you?
I'm never going to be able to understand this. Just let me let me fly.
We had good teachers as well though who knew you were there because you
Yeah.
had to be. They would just be like,
And as long as you're not being a disruptive
Yeah.
influence or like work away. But at some point I probably should have like asked for help in school. Big regret of mine.
It's fucking Debbie Downer. That
But
was.
I never been asked back. I probably would do something.
You'd never been asked back.
No.
Christ.
I think because I left in 50. And when I say I hate school, I didn't hate the school I went to. I just did not like wearing a uniform and being in school.
they probably do have that weird thing of like they can't bring you back unless you've done A levels. Do you know, like in terms of school
In
parameters,
case your
they're
advice
like,
is get
fuck
out.
it, go to tech.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Tech was.
I've been brought back to university a couple of times. And I can tell you right now, I did not open a book for 3 years. Like, I drank for 3 years and tried to court every girl in my class.
Where'd you go?
McGee. And they brought me back 3 times, I think. Once as a guest lecturer.
We went. That's true. We went back a couple of years after you left to do a gig. You kind of brought us here, and you were like Van Wilder, like telling us all your old stories, and people were like, "There he is." He was like a mythical figure.
Do you know what's really upsetting? When we went back for the gigs you did in McGee,
Yeah.
it had been a full 20 years since I started, and I was like, "This place hasn't changed, but my reflection is shockingly bad." And I didn't sleep for 2 or 3 days after that.
People like were only whispering his name in corridors there and stuff. They're like,
Yeah.
he's not real.
There's a photo of like past nights out in McGee Union on the wall, and somebody was like, "Is that you?" And it's a guy that does look a bit like me, and I'm like, I'm not in the photo, but I was out that night.
Yeah.
Because I had the exact same shirt. Me and the fellow were like, "Oh, nice shirt, lad. Where'd you get DV8?"
Did you go to uni?
I went to Queen's for 6 weeks and then dropped out.
What did you go study?
Politics.
Willie T did politics.
Yeah.
But does everyone who studies politics go to want to be a politician?
No, that's like
No.
does everyone who does geography go on to be an island?
I think that's facetious, and I wish it.
That's
That's the
philosophy.
first time I've used that.
That's facetious.
It's psoriasis actually, and
But
I think you have to point it out.
why did you leave?
Because I fucking hated it.
You just hated it.
I
it
hated
exactly.
uni. I tried to leave uni like 6 different times, and my lecturer would be like, "No, but you belong in the arts," and I'd be all, "Yeah, I do belong in the arts."
Ah, yeah. You did
Fucking
that.
20 grand later, like,
Yeah.
Belong up the arts.
up the arts.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't have the grades to do law in Queen's. I could have went to McGee or Coleraine or somewhere, but didn't want to go.
Didn't lower yourself.
Didn't want to lower yourself.
No, I didn't want to go on my own.
Right.
Like it was a big move, moving out in Uri
Yep.
to go anywhere.
Yep.
Let alone go away from all my mates. So I went to Queen's, done fuck all for 6 weeks, and I met a guy.
Did you move to Belfast?
Yeah, I was in halls. I met a guy called Paul from London. He was so fucking sound, but he was a pure 90s throwback. And we used to sit in lectures, the few lectures that we went to.
Sorry, was this not the 90s you were in uni?
Get him.
You're raging that you hit the fucking mic there, you cockbag.
Yeah, fucking cockbag.
Yeah, cockbag.
Yeah, cockbag.
Cockbag. Anyway,
Book 'em, boys.
We're on a stake off for cockbags.
Steak out.
steak off.
Steak off. You said a steak off.
Did I say steak
yeah.
off?
Yeah.
Oh,
our next
English is
special.
my favourite subject. Fucking.
It was the year 2001, and we used to sit downloading porn on a 3310, which was just a load of
Ah, yeah.
pixel ditties, and just
Hey.
laughing, being like, oh no. Yeah, that was good.
I love it anytime a siren goes off and you're doing a gig, anything you're talking about, you go, what?
There
That's
we
him.
go.
Here they go.
Here's my left.
Yeah. People
I
after
was
like, you set that up.
When we were at uni, I remember like porn being such a new thing for us, even that we once Googled random words with the word porn after it, just to see what came up.
You probably get a bit everything. Like.
Yeah.
Cabinet porn.
Amputee was the one that freaked me out the most.
Oh, that's a.
Did you say cabinet porn?
Yeah. There's loads.
Somebody hasn't come out of the closet yet.
Yeah. There'd be loads
I think
of.
meant somebody like raiding occasional furniture.
No, like politicians over in England.
Ah.
Riding furniture.
There'd be
Or
loads
children.
Loads amputee stuff. Loads amputee stuff.
Well, you haven't heard? They're all at it. When I first went to uni as well, my ma, I remember she dropped me off and she was like sad that I had flown the nest. And I told this story about like she dropped me off to uni and we were like straight away we're all like we're getting carried out. I've got a bed, never had a bed before it was class. And my mum
Didn't have bed home.
No, but it wasn't my bed.
Your
It
mum.
was-
You slept in your mum's bed.
No, slept in your mum's bed.
Yeah.
Cockbag.
You have a mummy
Get
and
him.
daddy.
No, but this is worse, right? So,
Were you wee bubble?
but I can remember my ma. It was just a smaller dildo. Dildo with the milk in the end of it. But I remember my mum like being like, "All right, son," and I was like, "Bye," like slammed the door in her face. And years later, I told that story at a family party, and my mom went, "I was devastated when you went to university. She goes, son, I slept in your bed for 2 weeks," and I was like, "Ew." I was like, "Get this woman to a doctor." Like, I thought that was the menopause. She was just raging from all the dry cum on her back.
She was there for 2 weeks because she couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, just stuck to it.
You know those things in Spain you used to get where you throw them at the wall and then the stick and then come down really
Yeah.
slowly? It probably took her 2 weeks to just
Just
get
to roll out of it, like,
bed.
yeah.
Oh God.
I remember being like, Jesus
Your
Christ.
bedroom at that
these
time
out.
would have-
My bedroom now is not great, but like at 17, 18, like fucking
poor.
hell.
When did we pebble dash that ceiling?
Ah, them the days when you still hit the ceiling. Fuck. Lucky to pebble dash my own cakes these days. Fuck.
Wow.
I don't come anymore. I go.
Yeah, uni would have been great. Sometimes when I do those uni gigs now, I go, I should have tried harder and I could have done this.
Did you go to uni?
I got accepted into Coleraine, went up to like the open day thing, saw where I was going to be living, all that kind of thing, and then I swear to God,
Coleraine halls are like fucking prisons though.
just forgot to go.
You forgot to go.
I mean, I literally like didn't do anything about it. I didn't.
Also, do you know something?
I was so like,
not-
maybe, and we'll see, and it
Yeah.
didn't fill this out or fill that out, and I just never went, and I massively regret it.
But you'd also be up there with like, and I don't mean to be this kind of person, but there's something about people on the North Coast. Have you ever noticed they don't have facial expressions?
It's a weather, it's a wind.
No, but no matter what you're talking about, that's wild, that's bad, that there.
Yeah.
Do you saw
You tell them they want $1 million on prize guy.
Yeah. Oh, class. We're going to buy a Ferrari now. Over
Yeah.
the moon.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw you doing stand up there the other week. Boy, you're wild funny. I
Yeah.
laughed.
Is that not just Mark McCartney?
No, McCartney's different. But they're just, it's just, I don't know if it's just me. It just feels like Protestant robots talking to the whole time. Like.
Yeah. No, I regret not going
Down
to
there,
uni.
you're going down and getting ice cream down the pier. Oh, great. Going to lap the port. Great times. Oh, cheers.
the
Happy
port.
New Year.
Yeah. I regret it. Would have been great.
Do you know, I personally, I genuinely think uni, like when we were going, was class because it was cheaper. Now, I can't imagine that being much fun. Like if you're leaving
Even
uni
we
with
went to
40
that
odd grand worth of debt,
Even we
Yeah.
saw those
you're not going to be able to get fucking steam. You have to take it seriously.
One observation we had about in those unions and just observing people is, like, they seemed like, I know they are young adults, but they seemed way more mature than we would have been. And like, even just the way people were dressed and carrying themselves were all very like, don't know whether it's self-conscious, but they all seemed very well put together. No one looked like silly, or no one looked like they were having like.
But you think there's an element of that as well of, because we were doing stand-up. Like if you went and saw stand-up at 18, you'd be shitting yourself the entire time in case somebody talked to you.
Yeah.
And anytime somebody did get spoken to, it was like, oh fuck, you alright? Do you know, like,
Yeah.
I'll never get over like in the Derry one being like, oh, you look like Harry Potter on steroids because the guy was muscly and had round glasses, and 200 students looked at him and then looked at me like, no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or they were
I realised I
worried.
was-
They were worried about how he would feel about what you'd said.
Yeah. No, I also think that I just went, oh, I don't have any references that relate to any of these people that are.
Yeah.
Like I just
currently?
realized,
Yeah.
I'm 20 years older than what I thought I was.
Yeah.
But then there's so much. I just felt looking at them like these people are under so much pressure in everything they do. Whereas back, and maybe every generation thinks that back when we were at that kind of uni age, you didn't really care
I
about.
don't think
that
any
stuff.
youngsters look like they're under pressure now. They look like they're having the time of their fucking lives.
I would. Appearances can be deceiving. They're all doing that for the gram.
For the gram. Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't have social media then.
What a fucking happy time, like.
Yeah,
Just a 3310. Fucking
waiting
Yeah.
a week,
pixelated ditties on
a
it.
week for a tit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even download the second one. Once you've seen the first one, you
Cost you much. You had to go and top your phone up again.
Yeah.
That's why we all come too soon. All premature decorators.
I remember used to download
Why
porn.
are you looking at me?
I just assumed, partner.
I used to download porn on LimeWire, but you never knew what you were getting really till you got it. You couldn't be sure. Like sometimes
Yeah.
you'd wait like
Like, fuck me, it's a Maroon 5 album.
you would wait 5 days and then it'd be Soulja Boy crank that. You're like, are you motherfucker?
You would crank it too.
You would.
Yeah, aye.
Yeah.
No crank until then.
You would.
5 days?
So funny you mentioned that Maroon 5 thing. I don't know if I've told you this and subconsciously you remember it. On my last day of GCSE study leave, a guy called Chris in my class went, here, do you want porn and DVD? And I was like, let me think about it. Yes. And he goes, I'll give you. He'd burnt copies for the boys, like. And he goes, but here,
For the ra.
just in case. Yeah, it was a weird side hustle he had. But he goes, but here, just watch this. And he got a piece of paper and he folded it round the desk and he wrote on the front of it, just so no one would be suspicious, Maroon 5 CD album. He wrote on it and he's like, just in case anyone catches you out, you can say it's Maroon 5. And it wasn't Maroon 5.
I remember somebody lended me a porn one time when I was in school, and it was Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee. Like remember the
Home movie.
the home movie thing, and that was the first time I'd ever seen an erect penis, and it put me in shock
You
for
seen your own?
years.
You hadn't seen your own?
No, I'd seen my own, but I mean someone else's erect penis.
Surely
And
as
because
well-
Tommy Lee was hung like a fucking donkey.
Statistically,
I was just like, well, that's my life over. There's no point, you can't compete.
Sharing with your mum and dad every night, you must have seen one at some point.
Nah, you couldn't get hard on me in the bed. Plus my mouth's rotten.
This is moving way too fast for me.
Here's the thing, he pushed me to the edge, I had to double down, alright? I can't lose.
But you doubled down your poor mother.
So did he.
I've never seen the Pamela
I'm
Anderson.
losing my
Tommy Lee
boner for him.
Daddy?
Wow.
I've never seen that Pamela Anderson one.
Not have I.
It's not great, like.
The only sex tape I ever seen, do you remember Talisa?
Yeah, that's another big weapon.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
She was just spitting on the dick.
Right.
Pulled the
for-
daddy out at one point though.
Did she?
Yeah,
Oh.
if you stick with it long enough.
I think she
You
was
fast forward past the abs.
there was just a lot of. Do you know whenever you're boking or you're about to book, and you're like you're waiting on it, and then you're like,
Right.
that's what it was like.
Right.
It's like is this sex? I don't understand.
Yeah. The Kim Kardashian one, never seen it. Ray J.
What are you laughing at? You cunt?
I was trying to think of something to add on to that, and I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Not naive.
Oh, never again. I ain't not going into work today. Fuck. It's just a funny thing to do.
It wasn't very sexy, put it that way.
Nah.
Didn't make me want to do it myself. Like,
Because downloading it, you always had to delete it straight after. So you had to go through the download thing all the time because I couldn't hide it on the home computer. Like, wouldn't have the skills.
I think that was on Twitter, actually.
No, but I'm talking about the.
That's not that old.
No, it's not
I'm talking about the first download days because you could take a chance on the free view, but yeah, they time it right. Because then sometimes it would cut to something else you weren't interested.
I
in.
did once get the locked out and the free view kept going. Like for an extra couple of minutes.
Right.
And I remember being like,
porn?
I'm going to have to just empty myself here because this is never going to happen again. Ruined that week.
But then we had chip cable tel, so it was constant like. Always on channel 60, 61.
Remember doing that thing like staying with my mates house when we had Sky and being like going on to like waiting till the man dad went to bed and we all just look at Diddy's.
Yeah. Sometimes
It was
you
Eurotrash in my day.
Eurotrash was it.
sometimes you couldn't wait for midnight and you just settle with Men and Motors like you're like I'll get something here.
Aye.
You knew it wasn't going to be as good as you were getting the porn channels, but you're getting like a tractor and a tit there like.
I remember the Friday night. Was it Friday? It was Friday night that have those weird sort of soft core things in Channel 5.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Boobs. And I remember there was one that we talked about. Me and my mate talked about for years after it, and I bumped into him about 5 years ago in a pub, and we started talking about it again.
Just like
It's really bad though. It's
like an erotic
It
movie.
was an erotic, but the plot was genuinely pretty decent.
compelling.
Yeah, it was about this family that like there was a dad, a stepmom, and 2 kids who were like early 20s, and the family was all falling out. And this woman just randomly turned up to the house. Was like, "I'm here to." It was like Mary Poppins, but sex.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, the family
Mary
were all
Poppers?
like, but she,
Hey!
yeah, but Mary Poppins, she bucks all of them,
Right.
The
and
stepmom,
all?
the dad, the 2 kids, fucking rides them all. And at the end of the movie, they're all like,
Take a load of dildos out of her carpet bag.
giving them a spoonful of sugar. It makes her go down easier.
I wish I'd seen Mary Poppins.
You never see Mary Poppins?
Never seen Mary Poppins?
Fuck off.
Hell.
No. I'll watch
Chim Chimney.
I'll watch this movie like, and then I'll watch Mary Poppins. Do I need to have seen Mary
first
Poppins
one?
to enjoy
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
movie?
probably.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you need to see Mary Poppins
Van
to enjoy
Dyke?
anything. That's what I called Manildo.
I love those softcore movies. They were great. But then you couldn't time it. You couldn't trust the timing of it.
You could, once you heard like,
Snake comes out of a basket.
in many ways, yes. I didn't know about pubic shaving back then, so.
But they were shite though, because it was just, it was just like, there was no actual. Like,
It was. I used to do a bit of stand-up about this, where for men our age, it was like we were class at from the neck to the belly button. We knew what to do with a woman.
Aye.
But the first time you were confronted with a vagina,
Yeah.
you're just like,
You're like, why is the camera not panning up? This needs to all get blurry and music needs
Yeah.
to take over.
you just. Is that nice?
Yeah.
You usually have to hit mute because you're marking in the room.
Oh no, I know what to do. Oh. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I hope you hear that and you're fucking. I hope you
I
hear
will
that
be.
later on.
I'm gonna be doing it all day. I'll be in the car on my own. Fuck.
Just thinking of Talisa.
It's a lazy hawk too. Like, she's
Yeah.
back. She's still putting. Scammed everybody out of crypto.
Did she actually scam everybody?
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Right?
So not a legal beef that I want with the Hawk 2 girl, but yeah,
It's weird how that did become such a big,
cultural phenomenon.
yeah, because it was like filthy and cute at the same time.
But that stuff is
Do you know what I
mad.
mean? It was the bit where she's like, yeah, I'm saying that was the endearing
Yeah.
bit.
Like I
It's
don't.
not, you don't really hawk to it on it. Do you know what I mean? You need to,
You're gonna become the Hawk 2 boy.
man, I've been trying for years.
I don't know
You
whether.
ask all them priests.
I don't know whether that was set up or not, but the idea, you don't see it as much maybe now, but like last year certainly was, of like people, like young kids getting interviewed in like beer gardens when they're clearly drunk for TikTok. You know, people coming up, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? I'm glad that was not around when we
Some
were
of
young.
those people have ruined their own fucking. There was,
Yeah,
was
but
there
I-
one
I-
guy used to sniff his ma's knickers or something that was like,
Jesus.
yeah. He used to sniff me mum's knickers and have a wank. And they were
Is that in
like,
Mary
I
Poppins?
never wank.
no, it was, I'm a celebrity.
That terrified, the idea that would have been around when we were younger was nuts. But I don't blame the people talking. It's the idea that you're going up in a beer garden filming people and interviewing, because of course they're not going to be in control of what they're saying. But yeah, some of it is nuts.
How many of those people do you think just get battered? Like the guys that turn up with a microphone. How many of them just get jumped in a pub, do you think?
Nah, I think people have no concept that the answers are given.
Yeah.
And then it goes online, you're probably getting like, you're like, well, about 87
You're
what's
it's very ethical.
No, I don't like
no.
that at all. Like
Yeah.
it's because the people are drunk and they're young as well and their mates are goading them on. Like that could ruin someone's life.
It's also that thing that a lot of people do just to get fucking likes and stuff on TikTok, because that's a currency for younger people.
Yeah.
It's just likes and hits.
Yes.
So they'll burn anybody to the ground just to fucking
100%.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think it's brutal. I think we need to take the microphones away and
Just live, man.
just live.
Just love each other.
Hey,
No phones.
like me, I told you earlier, I don't bring my phone to the bath. Just live my life.
Don't
in the
bring your
bath.
phone fucking anywhere. I messaged him yesterday being like, is it still okay for tomorrow? Nothing.
I was playing
the bath.
football.
Crickets.
I was playing football. No football.
For fucking 18 hours.
Bigger ball. Yeah. And then you were like, I'm on my way. Hopefully we still are on. And I was like, oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, well, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But
see,
no
if I
doubt-
had got here and you...
What would you have done? What would you have done?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I just would have turned around and just fumed the whole way home.
I'd have
Yeah,
felt
got
bad.
him, partner.
Listened to fucking The Prodigy. It's like, "Ugh."
I felt bad. You ever get that when like someone messages and you're like, are you close? And you're like,
Like, no, not yet. I've not 5 minutes. Take on my arsehole.
have you anything you want to plug and promote?
My tour will be on sale soon again. I haven't got it on sale yet.
Where will you be going? Just give
Starting in Armagh, so we'll be in the Armagh Marketplace on the 20th
Where are you
September. And then it's not that big a tour this year. It's not as big as last year. But there'll be dates. I'm going to be in Dublin. I'm going to be hopefully in Liverpool. I'm looking into London. And then we're going to end it with a big one in Belfast. So we're starting Culture, ending Big Smoke.
Yeah. Where in Belfast? Give us a clue of the venue, Belfast.
It's in front of the water.
Ulster Hall.
No, Mandela.
Right.
I've been there.
Aye.
Look at lifts.
Yeah, so we're here.
It will be a great night. Micky Bartlett comedy. Michael D. Higgins wants it to be a good night.
Yeah, he does. He wants everything to be a good night.
I encourage the people of Ireland to go.
Stop. Stop.
What gigs have you got coming up?
I haven't got a clue, actually. I don't know. I had a load of stuff on there in March and it's a bit quieter now.
See, because you're so good at stand-up, and I know you don't like compliments, but everyone really likes you. The second you're like, I don't really have any gigs coming up, or you're going to get so many people, comedians, being cross you and being like, don't stop this. Do you know what I mean?
McCartney asked me to open for him in some of his dates.
Yeah.
Right?
Cheese toasty.
Fucking hell.
I regret
I'm
that.
lactose intolerant, or I would.
You will be
Are you
after
going to do
that.
those? Are you going to do those? What I'm saying is, it's so some we know comedians who I could give you one example of a good friend of ours who just isn't really gigging at the minute, and it winds me up. So you need to just constantly do shows.
That really got me. I don't know why I was so funny. Master sound effects, I tell you.
Need anybody to open for you in Armagh?
100%.
Class. I'll get the toasty machine on. Yeah, so doing that, and I'm thinking of doing my own. Well, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm going to do my own wee tiny, like, baby fucking let's try it tour.
Yes!
Good.
Fucking right.
So I've booked dailies,
Brilliant.
Class.
and then one in Newry as well. So it's around November time. So I'm trying to work out where to go next.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Nothing
'Cause-
Mandela.
Only if he opens for me and
Yeah.
does an entire
As
10
Nelson
minutes
Mandela.
as Nelson Mandela /
do you reckon he
Michael
can do it?
Higgins.
Yeah.
My dad's a bit of a character. That's Chris Eubank.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Chris Eubank.
Stupendous. That's what Chris Eubank.
Stupendous. A stupendous confection.
That's the one.
Chris Eubank.
That's it. That is
That's
actually
Yoda.
decent. No.
That's Yoda.
Chris Eubank I am.
Pugilist I am.
Yeah.
1 2 1 2. Hut hut. Hut hut.
That's him spitting. Celebrity spitting because you've been.
Hut hut.
Celebrity spitting.
Robert De Niro.
Do Rocky.
Did you smoke something before I came down
No,
here or
no,
what?
no,
Like,
no,
what's
no.
going on? Like,
I laced them in crack.
Yeah. Elvis.
can we have
Elvis. Oh. Give me anyone.
Do James Blunt.
Hut hut.
Me?
Who?
Fucking hell. Cheers.
I got the gift.
Clearly.
Tea with me, SSE Arena, 23rd of May. Still some tickets left for that, but we're not extending it past what it's going to be. Anything else, Dan?
Patreon.
Patreon.com/Tea with me podcast for all the extra bits. The bake off that we're talking about in the bonus episode this week will go exclusively on Patreon when we get through the 20 hours of footage.
At least 20 hours of footage.
Frosty, roughly 20 hours of footage here.
20 hours of footage.
Legally, how much of that would have to just be scrubbed, do you think?
19 hours.
19 hours. Yeah.
Sweet.
Mickey's dildo cheesecake.
It was delicious.
What else was in the cheesecake apart from a dildo?
Balls.
Class.
The balls were on the dildo too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a.
Was it like raspberry and white chocolate or something?
No, it was a stupendous confectioner.
Stupendous.
Yeah.
It was really very beautiful.
Yeah, it was Mickey's chocolate orange.
Yes, that sounds like a fucking voiceover from Eurotrash.
Yeah.
Look at these big titties here.
What Eurotrash were you watching? Is that the one on TG Car?
Ballykiss Angel.
August on Gooch.
On that note,
Crack
we'll leave it
August
there.
crack.